star-cross to take my mans out, just kill yourself. In the trenches, 40 on my hip, I had to fix my...
Finna start streaming more on Kick, so follow our Kick Effortless Twins 23 in the description. Let's get it.
More goals than games.
That's gonna piss me off,
Well, there's
Jordan.
an award given for what pundits usually see as the most
Where was I at
beautiful
on the
goal
top 3?
scored. Award given for what
Where was I at?
Nowhere to be found, boy.
I think they spelled Paris wrong.
Stop.
pundits usually see
your
as
pick.
the most beautiful goal scored. These goals are absolutely
I think that was
iconic, legendary, and
2 through
jaw-dropping.
4.
While sometimes there are ones that don't even win the best goal in their domestic league, but still somehow manage to become named the most beautiful goal of the year, the criteria is usually an aesthetically beautiful goal. But for some, the origins of this honorary award might surprise you, as it came from no other than Ferenc Puskas, a striker who'd only reach his
Oh
absolute
my God!
Wait a minute.
That's
wait
it.
a
His
minute.
name was Puskas.
No, so
they
he
named
beat-
him after the award. Oh
No,
no!
he made it. He made it, Jordan. No.
Oh no! Oh
This is
no.
the backstory of it. I thought it
Oh.
was me.
Huh?
It's my middle name.
It's Leon.
It's Puskas.
Quit.
You being weird now. Sit down. What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about?
Why are
Why?
you telling them my fake name? Why are you telling them my fake name? Why are you telling fake names?
It's on the birth certificate.
Why does he have a chain on?
Stop
What's
playing.
happening? Leon, bro, stop putting it in the chat.
Don't
bro.
put it in the chat.
Stop putting it in the chat. Leon,
Spam
stop
it.
the cat, bro.
Spam
Yeah,
it.
it's not, bro.
Spam it.
After turning 30 years old, an age where even today's players with modern diets and training routines start to drastically decline at, with the addition of putting on a ton of
Oh,
weight.
shit.
Because as ridiculous as it might sound, Puskas would score 806 goals in 792
That's
matches,
insane.
averaging over 1 goal a game throughout his entire
Wait,
career.
wait, over
Brazilian
one
goals-
goal a game?
That's not Pele, right?
Oh my God.
That's not young Pele, right?
That's
Pele.
No, I was thinking that was a nigga awful. Everybody hate Chris. No, bruh. That's Pele.
Who wants to 1v1 me?
Not us. We're recording, boy.
I thought that was a nigga off of Everybody Hates Chris, bro.
Hey,
It's this
dude,
nigga.
bro. But I don't
It's
like.
Bro.
Why is that the youngest Pele we ever seen?
Call Leon Glover, I like it. Thanks, bro.
Damn, that's hella federal, though. I ain't gonna lie. Don't put his whole government.
Thanks, dog.
If y'all don't want me to bother you anymore, can you help me log into that account? Can you put that password in?
I can't right
We're in the
now.
middle of a video, boy.
I don't know those passwords. It's not my account.
So you gotta wait.
You just gotta,
Right,
you gotta
bro.
do what you gotta do, bro.
Young Pele
Just don't
admired
buy nothing.
Puskas. Bro, stop. Why is Pele hugging an old man? Bro.
That's Puskas.
Fuck, bro. You said Pele admired him. No.
No.
Don't get admired.
Throughout his entire career, even the Brazilian GOAT himself, Pelé, would be starstruck the opportunity to be able to see and play against one of his idols. And rightfully so, it only makes sense to name this goal-scoring award after one of the greatest and most efficient goal scorers to have ever graced the pitch. But still,
You got
it makes you
flowers?
wonder,
By
just
the
how
ref?
was this man able to score so many goals despite his older age and being so far out of shape? He started beginning to
Boy.
slightly resemble one. Because even when he was younger, it's not like he was preserving his body by playing a lot slower or giving less effort. He was basically always just as efficient and effective as he was in the last few years of his career. Like as an 18-year-old, he would score an insane 36 goals in 34 appearances and would become
18. That's more than matches again, dog. He better stop that shit.
up to play for his Hungarian national team for the very first time, where he would instantly become a national hit after scoring 3 goals in just
What?
2 appearances.
He got me. I thought he was going left.
Honestly, those numbers at that young of an age is absolutely insane for a footballer, and today would make non-stop headlines in the sports world. But back then, news didn't go around as quickly, and also with a lot of things happening in the world outside of football, like, you know, the recovery of Europe after World War II had just ended. There wasn't nearly as much attention towards him. And because of that, not many people would really hear the hype around Puskas. But it also didn't help that he was doing this in the Hungarian league, which back then is what many younger fans today would call a farmers league. But still, if you look at some of his earlier years at Honved, the numbers are absolutely insane. In the 1946-47 season, he'd have 32 goals in 29 appearances.
Here you go again.
In just the very next 1947-48 season, Puskas would have the best goal scoring year of his career with 50 goals in 30 appearances.
Oh! I'm done. Pause this. I'm ending this stream. I'm ending it. I'm tearing the whole setup up. I'm deleting the channel.
What did he
50.
say? No, I got dyslexia. Say it. Show it again.
He said freaking 50, dog. You heard that shit right, boy.
No, I must have dyslexia.
50 and 30. 50 and 30. That's 100 holes.
No. Let the video
Bro,
go over. That's all I had to say.
this nigga literally.
In the video.
Bro, what in the world is freaking happening right now, bro? This nigga, the video is not even nowhere near done yet.
No.
How many goals is he scoring per game to make that happen?
No.
Freak no.
A mind-blowing 1.67 goals per game,
That's
while being
damn near two a
named the
game.
top goal scorer in Europe. Then just the following year after that, going on to have an unthinkable 46 goals in 28 matches. That is an unbelievable 1.77
Why is it
goals
going
per
Oh.
up?
game. I know it was the mid-1900s and he didn't exactly have the best opposition, but still these numbers are
Cut it,
ridiculous. And throughout that
What
very
is
same
that?
stretch of time,
I
from
think it's put 100 in
1945 to
1 minute,
1949, for Hungary, Puskas would score the same amount of goals as matches played. I mean, just look at that. Only 1 year in which he didn't have more goals than games played. Puskas, by all accounts, was incredibly pacey. Not exactly in the way of a
They gotta go right
but the way
off.
he took off and his initial burst of speed was unmatched. He wasn't a big guy, but he had incredibly strong legs and knew how to score. Especially around the goal box, Puskas knew how to aim and finish. Regardless of his angle, that perfectly soft first touch added in with incredibly intelligent positioning and elite off-ball movement was the perfect formula for an effective and efficient goal-scoring machine. Little by little, news of Puskas would slowly be known to the world, especially as the Hungarian national team would challenge more and more countries and really seen a prolific goal scorer like him before. And his last few years at Honved was really the last time he stayed under the radar for the rest of the world. And for the people of Hungary, Puskas was an absolute footballing god. And in 1952, the rest of the world was about to find out why. The world had never really paid attention to this small communist country, and much to everyone's surprise, he would lead his country to Olympic gold, scoring 4 goals in the tournament, including 1 in the final itself. But if there was still anyone who never really took them seriously then, their opinion would definitely change the following year in 1953, because back then, England had never been beaten at Wembley. That was until they faced Puskas, because after that match, they would never forget him, as Hungary would dominate them 6-3 in their own backyard. And
Hold on,
so here's the score.
6-3.
6-3 in their own backyard.
In their
Before
own
the
home.
few deniers left, England would travel to Hungary to play them in their own turf. But this time was undeniable, as Puskas and Hungary would absolutely destroy England 7-1, going on to beat Brazil and Uruguay, making it all the way to the final. However, unfortunately on the way, Puskas would suffer a hairline fracture on his ankle. But despite the injury and the pain, Puskas wanted to play the final. And despite the form he was in, he still managed to open the match, scoring the very first goal.
What?
After an equalizer and a third goal from
Did
West
he
Germany.
not just say? Did he just say he injured?
His ankle too.
That's where you shoot, bro. Come on, dog. I don't know what they just poured on his ankle, but why is it working?
Not even Puskas was enough to win it all for his country. Puskas would see with the final whistle going off and West Germany being crowned as champions. And until this very day, that Hungarian had very big consequences for Hungary, because the government as well. Losing the final meant that the government no longer supported their football team as much, and it was a direct reflection of how they were treating their people. The masses finally decided to take action, and thus the Hungarian Revolution began. And it was a very dangerous time in Hungary. So much so that Hungarian citizens would escape the country looking for safety and a better life. Puskas and other Hungarian footballers would also flee the country, with Puskas himself fleeing to Austria and then Italy. However, the clubs there refused to let him play, even despite his reputation and skill, simply due to the political complications of signing a refugee. But finally, after a 2-year break from football in what would have been his absolute prime, Puskas would find refuge in Spain, with none other than Real Madrid deciding to sign him and give him a chance.
Oh my
But by
gosh,
this time,
bro.
in 1958, Puskas was already 31 years old, looking like he was already retired and gaining a lot of weight. The man basically hadn't played club football in 2 years. Imagine just how insane that would sound if your favorite club signed someone like that today. But despite the 2-year break from football, the lack of fitness, and the fact that he was playing against what many would consider much higher level opposition compared to that in Hungary, Puskas would go on to score 25 goals in 34 appearances, which included 4 hat-tricks, despite being clearly out of shape. I mean, if you saw Puskas and had no idea who he was, you'd wonder if Real Madrid accidentally signed a middle-aged fan and let him play. But all of a sudden, you see him scoring all these goals and just casually winning a European Cup for your club. Puskas' second year with Real Madrid really solidified that he wasn't just a fluke, but the real deal itself. He'd go on to have the second highest goal-scoring season of his career, scoring 47 goals in 40 appearances, and winning his second consecutive European Cup along the way. Although he was finally proving himself against the criticism that he was only good because he was playing in Hungary, his playstyle was far from his younger days, opting to be more of a poacher around the pitch, being an absolute monster at finishing, while still maintaining that elite positioning, off-ball movement, and overall football intelligence. Because anytime Puskas had the ball even remotely close to the box, it was resulting in a goal. And between 1961 to 1965, Puskas would help Real Madrid win 5 consecutive La Liga titles, 1 more European Cup, and led the league in scoring 4 times. And the craziest thing is that Puskas would retire from Real Madrid at the age of 39. Again, meaning that at an age that most players today with modern training and diets would usually already be retired, Puskas was still managing to score the oldest Real Madrid player in history, along with the oldest player to ever score a goal in the club, the only Real Madrid player to score 6 goals.
He just getting stats on stats. The oldest Real Madrid player to score what?
6 in 1 match.
Puskas was still managing to score the oldest Real Madrid player in history, along with the oldest player to ever score a goal in the club, the only Real Madrid player to score 6 goals in a single La Liga match, and the most goals ever scored in a single Copa del Rey campaign with 15. And for context, even Cristiano Ronaldo managed to score 7.
I went there and scored freaking 100 straight. 7 goals in a single. What the fuck? That's not one game though, right? Goals in a single. It says single. Campaign. Chat, that's not one game, right? Campaign, what is that, Jack?
Goals in a single Copa del Rey campaign. So it's only right that the honorary award for the best goal scored in the calendar year is dedicated to Ferenc Puskas, ending his career with an insane 806 goals and 793 matches, which I remind you might have been even more insane if he had not missed those 2 years due to the Hungarian Revolution. They told him he was too old and too out of shape, but he continued to prove them wrong every single day.
See, that shit is different. That shit is just different, bro. There's no way you're that real, bro. That's different. Man, bro had to look up to me. Hey! I wasn't even alive at the time.
Heard you want to talk to them about. Heard that you trying to get involved with it. Heard that you trying to come pop.